And don't forget to hit that notification bell, please! You know, I was thinking about this last night, and the question came to me, will Joe Biden finish in 5th place again in Iowa? Yes, again. A lot of people have forgotten that in 2008, Joe Biden ran, and he was at the Iowa caucuses, and he came in 5th place, just under 1%. Of course, he immediately dropped out of the campaign, and Barack Obama came in number 1. So that was the big surprise. Barack Obama came in 1 and beat Hillary Clinton, who, by the way, a lot of people don't realize this, came in number 3. She was even beaten by John Edwards. But here's the question. Will Joe Biden repeat the same poor performance? And I'm thinking, yes, he will. And I want to tell you why. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, wait a minute. Isn't Joe Biden like the front runner or almost front runner now that Elizabeth Warren seems to have overtaken him? And also he has credentials. He was vice president. Yeah, he was vice president, but what's working against Joe Biden that wasn't working against him in 2008 was the aura of corruption around him. Now that we actually have video of him asking that a prosecutor in the Ukraine be fired. And of course, there's the whole Hunter Biden thing going on with all this money. I mean, come on. Does anybody really believe Hunter Biden would be getting all this money from a corrupt Ukraine natural gas company if he wasn't the son of his father? And of course, there's that deal with China. Actually flew in on Air Force Two with his father to China. But here's how I think it's going to work out. Here's how I think it's going to game out. Oh, and then also on top of all that, there's just the physical. He's just not in the physical shape he was in 2008. I mean, let's face it. Anybody that's watching Biden, you could see him. He's fading. He's not quite coherent. You know, he'll start off his answers sort of coherently, and then he just rambles off. And that makes an impression on people. I like ice cream. Anyway, here's how I think it's going to shake out this February 3rd, 2020 in Iowa. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't know why. These names and places just came to me last night. When I say places, I mean where they finish. Number 1. Who's going to finish number 1 at the Iowa caucuses? Elizabeth Warren? No. I don't think so. I think she's hurting herself with her extreme evasion, not answering the simple question of whether her Medicare for All plan, which is actually Bernie's plan, will raise taxes. Now, Bernie admitted, he says, yes, it will raise taxes. Of course, they're both saying it'll also lower costs, but come on. Does anybody really believe that? So anyway, I think that the big surprise there for number 1, it's going to be Bernie. Bernie's going to come in number 1. So that's going to be the big news. Well, other than what is going to happen with Biden. Number 2, okay, we'll give that to Elizabeth Warren. So you're thinking, so shouldn't Biden be number 3? No, I don't think so. I think a lot of people even now that are saying they'll vote for Biden or they're for Biden, they're going to see that he can't win against Trump. Come on, he's not going to come close to beating anybody like a drum. In fact, he's going to get beaten like a drum by his own fellow Democrats in Iowa. So anyway, number 3, Mayor Pete. Yeah, and by the way, every time Beto O'Rourke looks at Mayor Pete, he must go green with envy, because that's where Mayor Pete is now, and probably will end up in Iowa, is where Beto really wants to be. But you're insignificant, Beto. You're just a spoiler now. Just face it. Go home to Texas and eat magic dirt. So that's number 3. So you're thinking, okay, so Biden's going to be number 4? No. Here's another surprise. I honestly think Andrew Yang is going to come in number 4. Now, I don't agree with everything Yang says, but man, he is interesting to listen to. I like his ideas. He has some really interesting ideas. Like I said, might not agree with it, but the guy's a thinker. You know, I like his ideas about the future. It's just interesting to listen to, and I'm sure a lot of other people, especially younger people, have that same attitude. So that's number 4. So now we come to number 5. Yes, Joe, you're going to make it into the 5th place again. That's what I think. And of course, again, just like you did in 2008, you'll quickly drop out. You're gonna drop out again. I mean, there's no hope for you after coming in 5th again in Iowa. There's no hope. So you'll be beaten like a drum and you'll be gone. But so that's going to be the big news. Biden coming in 5th place. I just have that, I don't know why, I just have that feeling he's going to repeat 2008 again. And of course, after that, the other big news is, besides Andrew Yang actually beating Biden, think about that, that's unusual, is that now the other big news will be the Democrat National Committee working to screw Bernie again, a repeat, Back to the Future, right? So anyway, that's the way I see it shaking out. If you doubt me, just look at the Biden rallies. They're stale. And they're chock full of union members. That's how it gets anybody to even be there. Is basically they bus in union members. Yeah, I'm here representing the international brother, whatever. We're here for Biden, and you know what? We get the day off. It's a paid day off, so what the hell? We put on these colorful union shirts, International Brotherhood or whatever, and we just stand around. It looks good, and that's how it works. Yeah, great. It's a great campaign for 1949, maybe. So I think it's aloha for Joe Biden, and February 3rd is when the caucus is going to take place in Iowa, and this is where I see it shaking out 5th place. And we're just, again, he started off his best. Joe Biden's best day of this campaign year was his first day when he first announced, and it started slowly going downhill first, and now the downhill progression is picking up fast with the corruption charges. And his fundraising is way down from either the next top 3 candidates, so it's going down. And when the perception's already there, Joe Biden is a loser, and it's going to be reflected at number 5 in Iowa. So, see you guys later.